We're all born into this life free, happy as a clam, as a bird. Not all of us remain that way. Life dictates that we spend, maybe more than we make. Sometimes we get caught up in debt, maybe a bit of a struggle. It's a financial battle. It's something that you have to assert yourself and figure out for your life at an early age. And sometimes people don't recover, sometimes they do. Sometimes it's an uphill battle. And ultimately, we want to think of tick-tock videos and debates. Join us.
So I'm Dan.
And I'm Nick, folks.
We're old friends dissecting one topic at a time. People, technology, media, we've got it all covered.
Each discussion here is a deep dive into our unique perspective. Taboo, forbidden subjects, they're all on the chopping block, baby. We don't pander to popular opinion. We might even get a little bit dirty.
Warning, this podcast may contain mature language and sexual content, and is for infotainment purposes only.
So join us. Have a good time.
Open up your ear holes, because we're going to fondle your follicles. I'll let that ring. I love that.
Let freedom ring, baby.
Alright, well, I'm Dan.
Damn. I'm Nick.
We're the Unpanders.
The Unpanders.
Yeah.
We don't pander to popular opinion, baby. That's for sure. I would say it's unpopular opinion, or at least not popular.
The unpop pans.
That's my opinion.
Unpopped. Yeah. So you're in trouble.
I mean, I have been for about 15 years.
You count school debt? So I don't count school debt as
I do.
Problems. Guess it begins that way.
Yeah.
Since you've paid...
It's troublesome.
You paid that continuously since you graduated.
Yes. Correct.
So we had an episode on debt. So the recap is that you went to school for journalism or English?
Correct. Journalism. I'm a journalist.
You're a journalist. You didn't do that because that was in decline.
Yeah, not really my thing anyway. I don't like writing.
I know journalists too, and I couldn't.
Ironically enough, I think it's all going to end with me writing some smash hits dumbass sitcom that's based on some dumb things.
In the form of a new media that is flooding the internet waves.
You got it figured out. Yeah, we'll come around to that.
I think I
tick-tock.
Yeah.
Baby.
So you picked a major that didn't pay that well, and you didn't even do it.
To begin with.
But it was fun, right? College was fun. Best time of your life?
Yeah, probably.
Was it worth... How much did you pay? How much was it?
I don't know, was it like $28 a year? And I had to borrow for housing because I didn't have enough money to live for a house. So probably... All in all, I probably borrowed $32 a year. My parents helped me with my first year, though, so only 3 years. Like, say, 3.5 years times 30.
I'm trying to see. So, like, I looked up I went to see a college a week ago. It was Texas A&M. And...
Oh, you went?
Yeah, I was just looking at it. Yeah. It was actually
That's cool.
Thursday.
That's funny. I didn't know you went.
Yeah, it's bleak and drab, but would be enjoyable. I could see you just find... You find the friends that you like, and then whatever. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I'm saying bleak and drab, and I came from a school that was like literally shrouded in snow 90% of the time. But this in-state tuition was like $14K or something ridiculous. Ridiculously low. Out of state was like...
That's not bad.
Yeah, out of state was like 30 or something. Out of state
was like 30. Yeah, they like double.
And then I have coworkers that were making... I guess their tuition was like 50 or 60 because I went to Rice, and then I was like, wonder what mine, like the school I went to was about 50K now. So I looked up University of Delaware tuition out of state. It's 35 now, so it stayed relatively the same.
28 to 35. That's not too bad.
So you went for 4 years?
Yeah, I did.
So you racked up something like $100,000 or something about there.
Probably 80 to 85, because my parents helped me with my first year. They helped me a lot. Like, it was mostly covered. Not all the way, but mostly.
And then that stuck with you for 15 years because
Well, I'm still paying it.
Yes. More than 15 years then.
I have like 3 more years, maybe 4.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. So what, like, you were earning, do you want to tell your earnings?
Oh, I can. I don't care. Most of my jobs have been between 25 and 40K a year. Which I don't know what that equates to
What was
a
it,
month.
25K? Was it the one, the...
Right outside when I worked at my parents', right outside of college.
Okay.
It was actually probably 28.9 or something like that.
Okay.
Which...
Did you ask him for... How did it go asking for a raise? Do you ask for... I would ask daily if it was my parents. I'd be like, hey, what you got?
Nah.
What do you got in your pockets?
Nah, they were good. They would, I mean, it was like it's an easy job, and like you're done by 4, and you only work 4 days a week.
Yeah, no
nice.
Pressure.
It's very European. It's very European.
Yeah.
Except in inner city Philadelphia, European.
The finest of
European
shitholes.
establishment.
Yeah.
But no, I loved it. But also, I think they would give us extra vacation days. I mean, you end up with like 19 of them or something, where you just use them randomly. And it's my parents. Like, if I needed to leave somewhere an hour early to pick up my son or something like that, they were like, yeah, that's fine. Who the hell cares?
So you lived casually for 10
Correct.
years?
Maybe not 10, like 7 or 8, yeah.
Okay. Was it? Did you have a job? Because I got out of school a year after you, because I had a 5-year course. And then, so like, but I thought you switched jobs when I switched jobs.
When I first did the Colonial, I feel like I had a job before that where I was doing countertops. Yeah, that was 3 years ago. I feel like there was a job in between somewhere. That's weird.
I'm just checking your time, because your time frame...
Zoom.
You lost some time, Nick.
That's possible.
Yeah,
That's very
I think
possible.
it was 10 years. Because I stayed in a job that I probably shouldn't have for 10 years, even though it was good. It was relaxing. People respected you. I understand why people get stuck in that
Were there 4 letters to that job?
Yeah. NSA plus A.
Yeah, good. Anyway, so your idea.
So your earnings were flat, mostly negative. And during that time frame, what, like, your credit card debt begin there?
Yeah, I guess first big thing I had to purchase was like $1,000. Bought a computer for the house. Is that what that was?
This one?
There's no way I was. No. This one was later.
And much more expensive.
No, not much.
Oh. You caught it before the prices got ridiculous. Again.
No, well, again, correct. The second wave. The it was like a MacBook Pro or something for the house.
Weird.
And it was like $900 or $1,000.
Disgusting.
Disgusting.
For a Mac. Yeah.
Still have the box and the goddamn thing. Anyway, so that I opened up a new credit card for that, and then eventually I had 2 credit cards, and I would always keep them around a couple $1,000s each in debt, because no way I could pay it all, and my student loans and car payments and
you're accruing interest from like 23.
Ugh.
Just trying to paint the picture.
No. Oh, that's totally fine. Like I mean, I had the credit cards in college too.
Yeah. So what was your hope? What was your... You thought, I'll just pay it off. Eventually I'll make a little more. Eventually, or are you going to skimp? No thought process?
I always thought it was... No. I just always thought I'd be in debt for the rest of my life.
Okay. No escape.
I really thought that. I thought that's kind of working class feel. I don't know. Like I'll never be ahead, so it kind of doesn't bother me that much. Is that a weird thing?
That is very strange.
You don't, you can't feel that. I think you do not know what that is.
I don't.
It would pester you to your death.
Yeah. That the way I work is I would sacrifice myself.
Spreadsheet it. I could sacrifice myself. Did you see my numbers? I couldn't.
Yeah. How much can you sell plasma for? Blood plasma? I'm just going directly to the bloodletting.
So, what about semen?
Yours? Asterisks.
Getting thin. Getting thin.
Pay. What is it? Come on, Google.
I have no clue. What is
$30
it?
to $60 per session.
Okay, so how many can you do? You can only do one every few days, can't you? You can't do like multiples in a day, can you? Once a week?
How much?
I think it's
how
once a
much
week.
money
It's
can you
capped.
make
There is a
per
cap.
month? $300 per month. Domain.
Whoa! There you go.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
How many times am I doing it though for $300? What's that? A credit card payment?
I think that's like you're doing it like 6 times.
No, that's not terrible. Maybe I have no clue how long.
It probably makes you feel like shit. Like probably. And then like you probably look like a drug user because they probably stab you in the same spot.
Needle holes and like your veins look weird. Is there another way? Semen?
Semen. Well, let's see.
Oh. Would that be weird to have illegitimate kids running around? I don't know.
No, I don't think so. Wow, $35 and $100 per specimen. You can earn
For pop?
$1,000 in a month based on factors like where it is, your age, and your health.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh shit, you got a chance, Nick.
Yeah. And that's my left arm. You guys should see what my right arm's gonna look like when this is done. Get it?
Oh man.
Alright, how about another way?
Can you do both at the
way?
same time? I mean, this is the business, right? You create a place that does both. We're going to take your plasma and your semen, whatever bodily fluids you got, we'll take it. Fecal donations.
Hot women are going to walk up to you and we're going to extract your plasma, your semen, and your poop. What are you saying?
That'll be $1,000.
Oh. But what am I getting out of it? Sheer joy.
Oh man. Oh Lord. Okay, so
Oh, Lordy. Okay.
You've accepted this burden of debt, and I guess you never cared to get rid of it.
I kind of wanted to, but I kind of figured it's such an uphill climb that I would have to have a mentality where I was super career oriented. Do I strike you as an individual who is super career oriented?
No, not at all.
Interesting.
Can tell by your group of friends. None of them. All degenerates.
So here.
Especially all those Dans.
Well, check this
Dans.
though. What was in direct relation to that question? How did you word that question? Oh, and then Dom came around, my son.
Yeah.
When I was 29. So at that point, I just strapped it on my back and said, well, this is like your family.
Were medical bills a lot? Did they come out of your pocket?
They were decent, but no, she did a lot of them. However, I think I had 2 medical incidents that cost me $5,000 each that I didn't have laying around. So that's something else they won't tell you. If it's not covered by insurance, sure, you'll get the bill for it. But if you have to go to emergency care 3 times because it looks infected or you got this weird wound and everyone's like, please go, that visit is $150 to $200, and you just put that on your card because you ain't got that hanging around, especially if you have a kid. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you kind of just slap it on your gas. You gotta get to work.
Yeah. Incidentals.
Maybe. And I'm not blaming anyone, but if you have a girlfriend who likes to do expensive living, you go to a nicer restaurant, she'll pay for the restaurant meal. And you're like, that's awesome. And then for the next 4 days, she's like, I bought dinner the other night at that expensive restaurant. Can you get groceries? Can you get this? Can you get this? Can you go to the store and pick me up Jewel pods? Can you pick me up this? And I'm like, okay, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. And you spent $180 on dinner. I could spend 20 here, 30 here, and 20 here. But shit adds up.
Yeah, and she'll hold that
vacation.
Expensive vacation.
We're not naming names here, Dan. But let's say you go to an expensive vacation, and I didn't put any money towards the house because I'm broke. It better damn well be expected that I'm going to pick up 3 dinners for a whole bunch of people. Ice cream here, pizza here, the arcade for a little bit, and this. Because, that makes sense. It's not nearly the price of the house.
Do arcades take credit? I guess they do now. Credit cards?
They do.
I just remember flashbacks of me when I was little, like having coins and like putting $1 in.
You get coins. You get coins, but there's ways to get it. Um, Another interesting thing is I used to get free tickets to sporting events with an ex-girlfriend of mine, free of charge. I'd get every Flyers home game, every Sixers game, every Phillies game. She could manage to get free tickets. And she'd always say, why the hell not? They're free.
Yeah,
Well,
but then you
that
got
shit
concessions.
costs money. You
Yeah.
got to pay concessions. You got to park. You got to gas to get down there. You got to eat food while you're down there. You're going to drink booze while you're down
Like
there,
40 or
aren't you?
$50, yeah.
At least. I mean, even back then. Nowadays, it's even more. Nowadays, it's like $100 for free parking and shit like that. It's like $40 to park your car, and then $15 per beer, and then $8 for a pretzel. And then all of a sudden, you're like, wow, that free ticket was wonderful.
It's a
You know what I
trap.
mean?
It's all a trap.
It is all a trap, and I know it is. So I'm not against that, but I'm also, listen, I'm still in the prime of my life, maybe cresting that hill a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. But like, why not enjoy the shit out of the stuff now? Pay for it. I mean, because am I going to cash in when I'm 50 and I say finally I'm going to enjoy those wonderful Flyers games? Like, no one will be fucking around to go to Flyers games and get wasted and hammered with me and do fucking ridiculous shit. Like, I don't know. It's possible. There's probably a crew of dudes who are in their 50s who are like diehard Flyers guys. They go to the Flyers games. They get fucking hammered. They do crazy shit. They break into the back room and they get pictures with Carter Hart when he was half dressed in his jockstrap, and then they run from security and they're high-fiving. I doubt it, but yeah, it's possible. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they're probably in jail, whereas a younger person is probably just in the fake jail. The temporary.
Fake jail.
Yeah.
Been to that jail. I was youthful.
The timeout.
So, yes. So, I mean, that's kind of how I look at it. And
Because you balanced your enjoyment of youth with the expense that.
But I'm not youthful anymore.
Yeah. But have you maintained that lifestyle? Has that drifted away? Have you curtailed any of your expenses?
Of course, I don't even go to free games anymore. I try and avoid free anything. I would say to curtail any expenses, I've stopped buying clothes. I haven't bought new underwear, shoes, socks. My sneakers are falling apart. It's like weird. Like, I feel like when I go to work, I'm wearing clothes. I've just stopped buying clothes. Like, I haven't bought clothes in like 8 years. And it's like, some people will buy me clothes so I look almost modern, but then like people who are like 24 and 26 that still care about that shit, like get dressed and they talk about each other's shoes, and I just hope no one sees my shoes.
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, oh. No.
That's
Not
so
like
sad.
because I'm a poor person with like holes in them.
Oh, I didn't.
Just because I've been wearing the same
We
shoes
have to end
for
the
like 6 years.
podcast, Nick. I didn't realize you were a poor person. Sorry. Your
So,
who doesn't?
my shoes.
I
What?
guess that's not a common Christmas gift. Like if you're really poor and you like, people don't really give shoes unless you need shoes, right? Have you ever
Right.
gotten? I don't think I've gotten shoes as a gift.
My last pair of shoes may have been a gift, or at least the purchase of them. I asked for money for like North Wales
But
running.
they don't
so I
like
wanted,
give it to you
running
as like. That's
No,
different
no.
when you
You
negotiate.
need these. If someone hands you shoes and says you need these, that's bad.
You got to reevaluate where you are.
But I mean, I don't buy jeans. I haven't bought a coat in God knows how long. Socks, underwear. Ooh.
So me, I've had jobs that pay. Like I started at 22, making like 60, and it's just been increasing ever since.
You beat
So,
me.
Yeah, that's financially I beat you.
You did.
The one thing is that I also don't buy
You
clothes.
with 1 year of a sitcom. Wait. Did you say I also don't buy clothes?
So when we started this podcast, I was like,
Interesting.
all right, let me buy some shirts, and like I'll do it in bulk.
Oh, wait. When we started this, I may have bought like 12 shirts online,
Yeah.
and it cost me like $80, and I was like, Jesus Christ! It may have been the last batch of shirts I bought.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I do it in phases. So like, there's a phase where I'm like, probably like, shit, when I was like 20, like 10 years ago. There's a phase where like I'm gonna be spiffy, like at work. I'm gonna look like fly. So spiffy.
You said that right?
Yeah. So, well, I'm trying to make it dated. So like I got a bunch of dress shirts and like ties and shit and like nice slacks and like I look good. Yeah.
Okay.
So like I look pretty good. I like shoes. I buy a lot of shoes. But
You're a shoe guy.
yeah,
I wouldn't
I
have
have
pegged you for a shoe guy.
a ton of shoes. I probably have like 30 pairs of shoes to be honest.
Okay. Whatever. I'm not.
I have a lot. It's embarrassing. There's a point where it's just embarrassing. But they last forever, so I could wear those.
How many different color shoes can you have?
Infinitely many.
Huh.
But
Interesting.
the point is that like there's also shirts like I have my shirt from when I graduated grade school in 1999. I still have it.
You got that?
Yeah.
I just saw my grade school graduation class shirt. It's upstairs. I don't wear it anymore. It's oversized and weird and had all our signatures on the back.
That's exactly what I had.
Wait, yours was the same thing?
Yeah, I wear it like every week
Mine
when
was-
I go to sleep.
I don't wear mine, but it was white and it had on the back all the classmates' signatures on the back and their actual signatures choreographed onto it. And in the front said like our graduating class of '99 or whatever.
I bet all of the schools in the region did that.
wild.
They probably bought them from the same. This fabric is super soft now. I don't.
Gildan? Is it a Gildan?
Yeah, I thought it was Gildan. To make it.
I have no idea.
Gildan
Fancy.
or Gildan.
Maybe you're making it sound fancy.
Gildan.
Gildan.
So anyway, the new clothes and stuff. There was a point where I was doing that, but then I just stopped. Like no one gives a shit.
It's also fashion.
Yeah.
Like to keep up with fashion, you're spending money that's kind of wasted money. Like it's not a need the clothes thing. It's the clothes change thing.
I wish that I had the tick-tock leggings on right now to be like. Do you never saw the ones, the anti-cellulite ones that give you a perfect butt and they lift?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I've also seen a woman who put them on and it did not help her at all.
Oh yeah.
It looked like the flattest ass, and she's like, "I don't think these work that great." And she's like, "For the record, I had a flat ass before this," and I was like, oof.
She signed an affidavit.
Yeah, the company is suing her actually for not having a beautiful ass once she put on their leggings.
It's a falsehood. Unbelievable. Cannot be true. So, I don't know. There's pieces that I just like. I let go that I don't care about. And I never thought that you were... Like, I knew you were in debt, but never thought, like, you'd be in it.
I don't share that with everyone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I never thought that you were in inescapable debt. I always thought, like, you had it, and it was going to, like, hover and, like, maybe float. It would drift a little bit. But it's going to stay around about the same.
In 10 years, it could be gone.
So, how much debt do you have right now?
Credit card debt. $22K in credit cards.
Okay.
It's like 10 and change and 10 and change. Going to be paid off that car real soon. Yippee-ki-yay.
Okay.
I'm still down to 3 years of student loans with, I don't know what that breaks down to. It's probably in the 10K range. I just like that number. I'm not 100% sure on that. I haven't done the math on school loans.
Yeah. Plus, how often do you actually like log in to look at this stuff? Do you hate like logging into your bank account?
It's automatic. It just comes out every month. I don't do it.
But when's the last time you actually like looked at any of that stuff? It's like
school loan stuff.
Yeah.
6 or 7 months ago when I was probably doing my taxes or something like that, and I was checking out my whatever the fuck it is for borrowed interest.
It's like when I check my mortgage and I go, whew, oh, good thing I'm still paying that.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. So
I thought
close it right away, but you keep paying it.
Yeah.
Like, oh. Yeah. And Amazon card is down to $150. I'll pay that off next month.
Yeah, but you got that first $50, right?
For
Amazon. Yeah,
They
don't
gave
you
me
get
50?
$50 off when you get an Amazon card?
Oh, maybe you do. But do you know what an Amazon subscription is anymore? It used to be like $80 a year. Amazon Prime.
Oh, yeah, it's getting higher now.
Yeah. Oh, it's been getting higher every year. But oh, I didn't even think of that, dude. Pay for Netflix and shit. That's like $12 a month, honey.
Okay, let's go to the hard numbers.
Anyway,
since we're hitting the hard numbers.
You have. I told you. So go ahead.
Yeah, let me see.
Which
Let me
side do I have
I'll share screen with you.
And do I have to go to this side?
I don't. Yeah, hold on a second here. Yeah, there. Oh, there we go. And you have numbers here. These are your numbers. I'm going to lose part of this as soon as I do this.
And this is for anyone who's like not rich and maybe has a lot of expenses, like myself.
So, like,
So
I think median household income is something like 50 or 60K. So, like, if you were a single person, I assume that most people are around this number. So, you're the average Joe. Or
average Joe. Look at that.
look at you. So, you're making like 40 a year? This is going to be,
Yeah,
tell me the
that's
actual. That's what it is.
actual is probably going to be closer to 41 and change because I'm making commission.
I'm going to up that by 1. 41.
Okay.
I'm also going to leave it. Never mind.
That's
so
fine.
you don't have a 401k.
I do.
Well, you do,
I
but
got one this year.
do you contribute to it?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
You have a percentage that you put in?
Yeah, I want to say it's like 1 to 2%, and they match it, or they match up to 4, but I don't think I did the full 4.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, look at me, I'm saving.
Growing up. And then make it a negative there. Oh, there we go. Making sure it matches that. Okay, so you got $1,000 a year in 401k. Not bad.
Oh,
Not bad.
fuck, I didn't tell you what my health insurance was.
Oh, yeah.
I have no clue. Is that like 130 a pay period?
That's
120.
so. I didn't detail this for people who might be watching. Is that this is in
Fine, I understand.
thousands
It's
per year. So, if you can do the math on that, it's something else other than what's shown. No, I don't.
What, hold on. Did you figure out if I'm paying health insurance? It's probably like per year.
How much do you pay per week, or you pay bi-weekly?
It's bi-weekly, and I think it's like 120 to 140. So it's actually not terrible, but it's still money. So it's probably 280 a month, maybe 3 something a month.
Okay, so it's much higher than I thought. So 250
Sure,
is
we'll
3K
say
a
that.
year, and let me put this over here. 'Cause that's where that number comes from.
Okay.
Okay, so your benefits are 3K a year. That's going to be tough on you down the line. Let's just keep going.
Just
you don't
plow
have
through it.
Yeah, you don't have any of these. This
I
is
have an HSA, but I've never used it. What does it do?
so if you contribute to the HSA, it comes off of your taxes.
I do not. No, I do not.
Okay. It would actually be beneficial as it's like
Really? It's tax exempt? Like I can throw money at it and it won't be taxed?
yeah, and you can put it in like it's 401k money, so it's like free money in the end.
Oh.
So
Don't I have to spend it on medical things though?
there are loopholes when you like get to end of age.
When the podcast ends, let's talk about loopholes.
Yeah.
Decide? What's that?
These are just taxes, so it's right off the top. Payroll taxes. So
Whatever
what
they take out, they take out.
like 7 point something percent. 7 point.
Yeah, it's
3.
close to 10%, so it's probably closer to 8 in my case. But anyway, I don't care.
Yeah. That's
Leave it-
everyone gets
leave it.
taxed that up to a certain amount.
Oh, it's not okay. You have state and fed.
Can you
It
see
really
the
broke
numbers and
down.
stuff? I just want to make sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see the numbers.
So like 3K. So adjusted gross income is like 34, and that's what you get taxed on.
Okay.
So this whole thing, there's more here that, in my situation, I fill this out, but in your situation, since you're a single filer, your federal taxes are like 2.3 thousand a year, so 3,200 a year.
Okay.
And that gets deducted out. Skip past that. This is calculation. So your take home is $32,000 a year,
Okay.
which is like you
Big money.
think
Big
that's a decent amount of money.
Not really.
Yeah, let's jump over to your expenses.
Okay.
So childcare, I assume there's like incidentals where you're like taking care of Dom,
Sure.
paying
Food,
$50 a month.
birthing. That's listen, it's probably more than that, but let's keep it at 50 because then if somebody complains and says, I pay for all this stuff, what do you do? I'll say, I pay at least 50.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably more.
And your house is $730 a month ish.
Yeah, it ranges between 710 and 750.
Okay, so I'll take that.
It's with oil.
And then food, I put about.
Interesting. You put a high number there.
You think? Well, if you're paying my thought was that
800's a lot. I
well,
want to say I spent 150 a week.
grocery
To
store. How
200.
much?
Okay, between 150 and 200. Okay, so you went on the higher end. And why did you? Oh, and you're adding in like lunches. You're adding in like
Dinners.
random things.
If you-
Okay, dinners. Oh,
If you,
yes. Okay,
If you eat out.
sure. I don't eat out anymore.
Oh, yeah, it's tough. Really?
No, that's a sexual joke.
Perv.
I'll explain it to you later.
Okay. Food. Okay. Medical. And then we're just going through the expenses here. Utilities. You don't pay for any utilities, right?
Correct. I
Gas.
don't pay for the electric or the cable.
Gas,
Not
water,
getting-
electric.
Although, if you want to get into Netflix and like Hulu and one of the other things, I forget which one's mine. But anyway, oh, okay, you have that over there.
Let's add a subscription. And then you pay for
Just say $25.
a month?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a lot. I mean, it's like Hulu, Netflix, and YouTube Music. It's probably $25.
Okay. Just add it in there. And then you pay your own phone, $50 a month.
My parents have let me slide. I'm on a phone plan with them, and I give them $50 a month. Sometimes it was $55. Lately, it's been like $20 every couple months, but that's because I think they feel bad for me. So let's just say it's $50.
I'll just say it's 50. Car payment, which is about to end, is $380 a month. Right?
$385, but let's $380 is fine.
Car insurance is like $2,000 a year ish.
It's about it's closer to $650 every
6 months.
Yeah, so that's only 13.
You don't have any collision?
No, I don't think so. Well, let me do that math. 650. Yeah, I think it's like 650 every half year.
Okay.
So that might be 1300. There, we just drop that one.
Drop that
Yeah,
up there a little bit. Pick it up. And then
Boom,
gas, $50 a week? I don't know
No,
how
I'm
far-
only at like 35, 40 a week.
Okay.
Imagine that, because I can work from home 2 days. So there you go.
Okay. And then this is where it gets brutal.
Okay.
Credit card
That's
interest?
like interest.
Yeah.
What about the payment?
I'm assuming that you are not gaining on credit card interest because of the next sheet, which I'll show you.
No, but it was $350 each.
$350 each?
Yeah.
Each credit card?
Yeah.
What? A month?
Yeah, it's a minimum payment.
Holy fuck. Oh wait, no, you're including the payment for non-interest.
Yeah, I'm including the payment. Yes, sorry.
Okay. I'm going to assume you don't even know how much interest you're paying. You have no clue.
No.
Christ, Nick. Come on now. Well, you have $22,000 in credit card debt. Do you know your interest rate?
24 point something?
Let me quick. Ignore. 24. Yeah, well, let me divide that by 1 second. Yeah, you have $400-ish. So that's higher. That is brutal.
That's not bad.
That's brutal. 24. And then you're like 20. Did I say 400 something? I said 400. Drop it
You
down.
said 4 even. You said 400 even.
Okay, let's just keep it at 22.
I love that you're so proficient in Excel spreadsheets about money. I
About
enjoy it.
someone else's money too.
Of course.
Save that. I mean, and then student loans, $480 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think it was 388 plus like 150 something. So
Yeah,
it's a little higher, but yeah, it varies now, and COVID has changed things.
Yeah, this is tedious and boring for certain people. We're just walking through it. Some people are like, "Oh yeah,",
sorry.
but
Oh,
most
this is
people
what I
don't.
do. Yeah,
But there's an
most people
epiphany.
probably have already
There's an
turned off.
epiphany coming here. Alcohol. There is. You pay $100 a month, maybe.
It sounds high, but then I'm like, what if I add in beer because people come over? What if I want to treat myself to a weird alcohol? Yeah, we'll say 100.
Okay.
It would have been lower for the
We could
record.
drop it down.
It would have been dropped to 90. I mean, it's not dropping that much.
90. Okay. Travel. do you pay for I guess it evens out. You said you have to pay for other crap.
Gas. I mean,
that's for vacations.
No one knows. Let's not get into that. That's a weird number that could spike to $390 in one night, or $0 for 4 months straight.
Okay. And then miscellaneous for random crap that you have no clue. And then hospital bills, whatever.
Sure.
Okay, so your total
low number
is $45,000 a year. Out of what we just walked through.
Actually makes total sense.
Yeah. A month you're paying about $3,700. And then every week it's like 800 and something. Does that seem ridiculous? That like you're not like in perspective of the way you live, right? It's not outrageous. That's
correct.
Just baseline
so
with some fun.
My life isn't solvent. Correct. I've been spending more than I make for like 15 years, roughly.
So
here's the kicker. I have impeccable credit. I'm sure in the past 6 months, it's taken a bit of a hit, but that impeccable credit has allowed me to borrow more and more and more.
Yeah.
I bet you didn't factor that in.
I did in the later phases.
Oh, okay.
Of this master plan I have cooking.
I hope it
Yeah.
absolves me of all debt.
So what's crazy is that like, okay, I'll go down here where it says remove debts. Let me bold it so other people can see it. Expenses.
Stop paying for my kid? Ooh.
No.
Oh, okay. You're saying if.
So I guess most people, they're going to have a car payment, but you won't soon, right?
Sure.
And then
correct.
If you stop paying for student loans, because your interest rate on that is actually fairly low.
Good too. Okay.
And then say you rolled over your credit card into something that was 0% APR, right?
That's impossible, but let's go.
Yeah. I would say this is like maybe the best case scenario for anyone in the United States, actually. If they have maybe a little less than that, but about $30K a year, you might be able to like room up with people and like shave off some of your food. But overall,
Rent.
Yeah, maybe your rent could go down, maybe your food could go down, maybe you carpool or something sad like that. No.
That's sad, dude.
I just feel like it's sad. Like if you're
might be fun.
But if you need your own car, you're gonna need your own car in America. In America,
sure.
It's sad. In European countries,
no, a lot of metro. Okay,
yeah, or if you're in a city. If you're in a city, you can get around. But if you're a suburbanite, you're screwed.
Ooh, yeah, no, yeah, you're kind of screwed.
And I've been a suburbanite, so from my perspective, it's sad.
Fair, I understand that perspective.
But the crazy thing is that, like, okay, what minimum wage is what, 7 something? So like,
yeah, and they're arguing for 15 an hour, which is still less than I make.
Yeah, if it was 15 an hour, it'd be $30K a year. So like one person with these expenses could barely make it on $15 an hour, which is absurd. So there's.
So hold on, my theory when you wanted to do this kind of podcast is that a lot of people are going to either be in my situation or already are and aren't talking about it. Is that a weird thing?
No, that's exactly what. So my take on this is like I see the numbers of like a household makes like 50 to 60K a year, and I'm thinking like, well, that's like me alone makes that way more than that, and then it's like
sure.
I'm not struggling, but at a certain point between like 23 and 25,
you're like, damn, I didn't think of that. Damn, I got to spend money on this. Damn, I got to fix this.
It's the realization once you have kids that like it's inevitable that you have to spend like 20K more than you ever thought, and then you're like, well, shit, like this job doesn't make sense. I have to get out of this job. At least that's what I thought. And when I look at the numbers that are like 60 to 50K for like a household of like 4 people, I just think like there's no way I could have done that. When I had my spreadsheets at 23, I was making like an extra $1,000 of like cash a year, and that was my buffer. So like if I had a good year, like I was positive, because I was paying for everything, and my wife didn't have a job. I was paying for a house, a car, all the stuff that like it's expensive.
Detailed.
Yeah, we detailed all that stuff.
Fucking expensive.
So at 23,
they don't tell you your cable bill gets fucking ridiculous, or that no one planned on having the Netflix bill every month, or no one planned on. Good.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you like checking Comcast at 23. you see that they charge you an extra $3 every month for the past 12 months, and you're like, what are they doing? Like, why are they taking an extra $36 from me now? And why do they do it sneakily? Like, so I wouldn't notice?
Maybe.
Bastards. Freaking bastards. But a lot of things are like that.
Yep.
Netflix, Amazon Prime. Oh, sneak an extra 50
Raising the
cents to
rates.
$1.
Of course.
That's why I hate subscription stuff. Like, all this software stuff is all subscription, and like slowly they just like change their price.
Bump the number even a tiny bit.
That's why I'm using
email that you ignore.
Excel from 10 years ago.
Now paying for
I own that damn Excel.
I'll tell you that, folks.
But it doesn't make sense. Like, there are probably, probably a quarter of America is doing what you're doing. Is where they don't make enough.
Head towards it.
They have to spend it, and like, you could live like as cheaply as possible, and like, I don't think that it would make sense. I don't think you'd make it out of it.
Maybe not.
So like, I always thought that, like, in the beginning I thought that 50 or 60K was like an accurate number. I don't know how we could continuously have people that are like doing this awful. Like, either I thought it was like fake, or like maybe people aren't reporting it, or maybe they take like wages, like they get tips and they just like hide it, and like that's how they make it up. So that'll feed into the end my conclusion.
This is a presentation.
Yeah, I'm good at this. So I've removed your debts. So I put you down to 30K. So the problem here is that even if you were freaking cheap as hell and didn't pay off your student loans, your difference is like 2K a year.
Oof. Well, I could buy a pair of Yeezys, a new computer, and like go on vacation once a year.
No, you can't do that.
Okay, just a vacation. Just some of the vacation.
Yeah, well, the vacation's already factored in there, so.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay, then that's fine.
But you don't have any clothes.
Ooh.
So that's gonna.
What about
family and friends?
Buying Steam games for my kid, like he's in the.
As long as they're real cheap and they don't show up
under
on
$5.
Yeah. I round down to the 10th significant digit, so you got to keep it below that in a year.
Okay.
But so this is how the whole reason I'm doing this, starting to get like your financial picture, because like sometimes there's something that stands out, but there's really nothing here that you can't really save that much. This is the problem.
That's true. I haven't been able to save much.
And then, so this is the factor that plays into
I do have a savings account for people who may feel sorry for me or think I'm a piece of shit.
Got money
Currently, I have $398 inside of it.
Keep that safe.
Good.
Keep it tight. A nice wad.
Yes.
When they come for you, sneak it so that I can't find it. What do they do when you go to prison and you have money in your asshole? Do they keep it, or do they put it in a lockbox? They probably don't clean it.
Lockbox, you get it back. You get it back at the end of your sentence. No, they'll clean it, but only with like the bargain bin cleaning supplies.
It'll be covered in lye.
The really cheap stuff. Yeah, it's like Mr. Bean, and it's like Mr. Clean, but he has hair. And you're like, oh, this guy cleaned it. Ugh. Lemony fresh. Okay.
So this is the bad news. And this is the part where when he told me how much debt you had, I was like, there's an event horizon for like getting out of that. And you're way past it for what you're making now.
Actually doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. It's not okay. You're in trouble, Nick. And this is why this is why I care.
Hold on. Do you also want to hear this theory? I think people are just going to stop paying back creditors.
So we're coming at the end of COVID here, and some of these stimulus plans like cover for like no evictions or no foreclosures. I feel like there's a good segment of the country that's just going to be like, I'm done. And there's going to be riots, and there's going to be people not paying anything. They'll be evicted. They'll be on the streets. I've even noticed around like my suburban area has like, now I'm like, I know that homeless person. Like they've been there for like months now. Like I know like a couple of them that have like been around my grocery store, and like I'm like, this is not normal. But like these people they seem like they're functional. It's not like they're need mental help or anything. Like they're just like,
Yep.
this is what I got to do. So that's why they're there. And that's not your future, Nick. I'm not gonna let you do it.
If it's me and 10 million people, I think we all just say we're not doing it.
Well,
I'm just saying.
that's what you're banking on. If that,
I have to.
I guess you have to. Well, you don't have to. I have solutions.
Okay, well then what's the alternative? Can you bring me the alternative? It sounds much better.
All right. So I graphed out how much you'd have on your credit card in the next 15 years if you took that, if you didn't pay your student loans, if you finished your car payment, and then what was the other one that was expensive? Off in your child. No, what was the other one? It was credit card interest, which doesn't really, you can only delay that. So if you cut out those payments and had $2,000 extra a year and put it towards your credit card, you would still, in 15 years, owe more than $300,000 on your credit card.
Well then guess what? This is real easy. Just not pay it.
You seriously would have to consider bankruptcy at that point. If you're that high.
What do you do for that? Yeah.
I think you lose the ability to have credit cards, and then you also couldn't really rent, and then also certain jobs, like look at your credit history and they say you're not worthy.
Wait, you already have a job though.
If you were to lose your job.
Ah, okay.
Which I think the whole scheme is to
rent?
make you beholden to a job. What about rent?
Interesting.
They check your credit. So like, I don't know.
I'm already in a place.
Yeah, but if you were to lose that
new place.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is all about new stuff.
The scariest part about this is that if all of that failed, like it would end up so that you'd have to live at like some really shitty motel, and it would cost you more money. It'd be like a $30 a night hotel. You ever think about that?
No. I would find a different way. But this is the thing, like
some people,
even if I could, like some people couldn't.
Yeah.
I think the bubble's gonna burst.
I think so too.
And it's also my hope. That makes sense.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
But I feel like the powers that be will just be like, we're going to enslave these people, make them wage slaves, and just
isn't there a point where wage slaveness kind of overcomes to angry mob?
This is late stage capitalism. Yeah.
Late stage capitalism, baby.
So what I did here in this graph is that if you were able to get a different credit card with a different rate, this is the different graph. So, like,
sounds good. I like this one.
Not terrible. You know, if you were able to get the rate down to 10%, your interest is not terrible. Like, you could maybe manage it for a time, but it'd still be greater than 50K. So I'm just going to dial this down. It's like right now you're 24% interest. If you were like, you say, I'm trying to make it so it's balanced. So, like, say you're 5% interest. Like, you would still increase. You would still be increasing.
Of course. Oh, with each payment.
Yeah, and I don't think that's
feasible.
feasible.
Like, well, I did that with my student loans already.
So,
right?
What do you mean?
I mean, when you're paying off your student loan gets larger for the first like 3 to 5 years, or at least mine did. I feel like.
If you don't pay off enough.
No. Because if I feel like it wasn't fixed interest early and on, and it was closer to 8% or something like that. Some of them were 10%.
Oh, you have a variety of loans then.
Yeah, and they're all pooled together. It's like a Perkins loan and this loan, and it's
Stafford,
like 3 loans. Yes, correct. And then some are variable rate, some are fixed, some like that. But like, so it's weird. So like, some of your loans you can pay off for like 14 months straight, and now you still owe more than you originally borrowed, and you're like, that sucks. But it's the interest.
Yeah.
But I mean, that happens with anything. But it's just funny. You're saying, even at 5%.
So, I guess there's a piece here that, like, how much do you think you have to pay off per year for you to be, like, level? For your current setup, for 24%
Do you know what
interest.
I really think you'd have to do? You'd probably have to do the whole Wheel of Fortune, win $28,000 and put 24 of it right towards the debt. And then from there, The
Win the
4
lottery.
you kind of ride on to play with and do whatever, and I think you're good. That's not a joke. I really have thought about that when I watch Wheel of Fortune.
You're like,
and I'm like,
banking on.
that's the number. And I'm like, oof. If that's me, guess what I'm doing? Folks, I'm debt free.
So if you
It hasn't
made,
happened yet.
we can see that. If if you made an extra 8K a year, actually no, if you made an extra, yeah, I'll just add it. Say you're paying off 10K a year, it goes down immediately.
Oh, dude, holy shit!
Yeah,
That's insane.
it goes to nothing and you're safe. So the number to keep it flat is probably like what, 6K or something? Oh no, it's actually
no, it's 5.
It's probably 5. Let's see.
Keep going. I'm guessing it's 5.
Yeah,
it's 5. It's in the one. Yeah.
So the lower interest rates go like after a couple years. Oh, that's weird.
Clearly.
The numbers don't
They're-
fucking add up.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, what's with the one interest rate? Option C got fucked up right there a little bit between 7 and because I guess you can't pay it off at once or something. I don't know. Anyway,
Well, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I get you. So I just gotta add 10K to my yearly supplementary income, and also not start buying shirts and underwear and shit.
Yeah, well, your budget. Well, the problem is that
Oh, that was with my debt removed.
that's with a debt removed.
I got a lot to work on. So remove all my debt, make 10K extra a month in spending money, right?
It's actually your cash right now after your expenses. If you remove your car payment because that's disappearing, you have like 9K that you need to make up to break even.
Okay.
So
I can do that.
yeah, so in order to overcome and get this curve, which is really, this is still bad because this is the curve you're on.
That's true.
You'd have to do 9K plus 5, so you have to make an extra 14K a year.
Manageable.
So this is my suggestion,
Let's hear it.
and there's multiple layers to this. Is that you switch to a credit card that has a balance transfer that allows you to do 0% APR for
a year.
For a year or 18 months.
It should be the year that I get the new job that's worth 8K more, but that's...
Yeah. When you do that, you probably want to take out a personal loan to try to knock it out. You could try to do it before. I don't know how much you can get. I mean, you have good credit, so you can get a personal loan. Personal loans can be like 10%. So depending on what you're doing, you should probably like get that 0%, hope that you actually pay off most of it, and then get the personal
If
loan.
not, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get the personal loan, knock out whatever's remaining. Don't get the hit for when the special introductory rate ends.
That's the idea.
If you can't get a personal loan to cover that difference,
I would be able to get money to cover that difference. I have enough relatives with money that they would absolutely help me out.
exactly. So I would set up like a loan agreement with them for a lower percentage. I mean, they might be nice and just like give it to you, or like be like pay it back slowly, whatever.
Sure.
Wink, wink, nod, Don.
I'll pay it back.
Yeah.
Anyway, go.
Blood, semen, and fecal
And
matter.
plasma.
I'll give it all
Oh,
to you.
that was the blood. Okay.
Yeah. Plasma. So you could do that. What I think, after like mulling on this, because like I had like all weekend to think about it,
Thank you.
I think you should become a bartender.
I actually... It's really weird you say that.
Yeah.
I was just saying that I would be a perfect bartender.
Yeah. Well, I think you have time for a second
Also,
job.
there's a good listens. Wait, as a second job?
It's well, the thing is, bartenders probably make about $30 an hour, is my estimation.
That's actually a good estimation.
Yeah.
And that's cash. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Yeah.
I understand.
So if you made 60K, you would have cash after expenses, after the car. That would give you 6K. So you'd have enough to pay off your debts at that rate. You would
With
avoid
no
this.
lifestyle changes.
Yeah, no lifestyle changes except for now you're a night owl. And it would be interesting since you have a non-cooperative female, I would say partner.
Whoa! Okay, we got keep going. I'm sorry.
So when you said relatives, I assume that maybe you could negotiate with your non-cooperative female partner to maybe help you out, but I don't know that she would.
I got a 50-50 shot on that,
Yeah.
and a lot.
But your
Anyway,
your trump card, I said that name. But
my card.
yeah, the card that's up your sleeve is you say, I can't pay off my debt, so I'm going to go further into debt, and there's no way out of it. I need to take a second job. I want to be a bartender at night. And then what is she going to say? To say, like, no, you can't.
Don't.
Like, yeah, well, I need to make money. And then she'd be like, but she's going to be, hey,
Wanting
so
me to pay her.
yeah, this is the power move, is that she's going to see you as a bartender, socializing, and all of these, I guess, cougar women will come out of the woodwork. It doesn't matter if whatever kind of woman comes out of the woodwork,
That's fair.
people
That's
will
fair.
be actively talking to you, probably as a
Enamored.
bartender.
Enamored with
I don't
me,
know that they'll
I
be
would
enamored,
imagine.
but she
Oh, they
will
will. Trust
assume that they are enamored, and she will be so jealous that she'd be like, I need to pay off his debts.
That's the biggest stretch you've made with any active
Or I'm
information,
gonna
but I like
eject
it.
him from the house.
Okay, that sounds more like the direction. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
So I guess it boils down to you probably need. I mean, so I did this when I started out. Was that like, okay, I need to save as much money. I need to eat like water and bread, and like not like spend on going out to eat. But fuck that. Like you need as many jobs as possible. Like you need to increase the amount that you're making, boost your income so that you don't fall into this pit of like what's now average American, really. Which I think is why they report American families as making 60K, is that you can have 60K and not go into debt.
With one person, but
Yeah.
I'm not getting into that. But yeah,
Yeah.
interesting. Well, I'll be a bartender, but what kind of TikToks are we gonna make to make us money here?
I don't know. So I was watching this. So I don't know. There's multiple things that like I didn't expect to like TikTok, and now TikTok's like taking me in all these different areas.
All you do is show me TikToks now.
Yeah.
Every time I get a text from you, it's a TikTok, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're a TikToker.
Well,
Could you take down my debt chart?
No, sorry.
Show your face. No, it's fine.
Stop sharing with you, and then
Oh, were you? Okay,
may go swap there. Okay.
that's fair.
So we'll switch gears here. It's like making money via TikTok. I see all these people that are promoting merchandise, and there's like really shitty TikToks and like women that dance like this.
Yeah,
They
do the
it's
hand,
like
just hand moves only.
they don't move their feet, and it's just like I know
Dylan.
you're doing it because like you have likes and followers because you're attractive, and the little bunny move, they go to the side, they're like shaking their butt, and like they might not know that that's like they're just attracting men to be like they know, they must know that. But I don't know about the younger women that are on there. I think TikTok changed their algorithm to like avoid them.
No, even they know that what kind of men they attract or whatever, but
Yeah. But that's not what I
waiting.
I was debating. Like I saw the horror one. I also saw the one with
The one you
saw
sent me?
Did I show you the one with I showed you one today. There was one of like the woman that like had that mirror that she moved, and there was a hole.
Go ahead. That was literally it was on the news today or yesterday.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, and I was like, damn.
You saw it on the news. I saw it on
What?
TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah, you saw it on TikTok days ago. The news just came out with it yesterday.
Well, that's what's happening. Is like Reddit is getting like half the videos from TikTok now because TikTok's like taken over.
Well, because it's very quick. It's very young people.
Quick hit.
So
yeah.
anywhere young people are, it's a speed, movement, communication.
It's also destroyed my ability to read anything. I'm like, this isn't in a video. Like, news articles. What am I? I'm not going to read this.
So keep going. You're a TikToker. I don't care. I've made 6 TikToks. You probably can't find them.
But that one woman's video of like going through.
She goes through the mirror.
Yeah, and then finds an open apartment that's like, why is this here? Why is this behind my bathroom mirror?
Why isn't it being rented or anything? That's like real estate that's just sitting there and is possibly haunted. Possibly a homeless man is living in there. Possibly people are doing shit in there. Like that is kind of wild.
Yeah,
and your bathroom.
It used to be that you'd like find that. I guess you kind of find that stuff on Twitter, but not really. It wasn't in the same format of like this next episode, swipe.
There's no format for that. So I worked in old abandoned buildings in Germantown, and I would go into abandoned spaces sometimes, not often, and when I did, you could find stuff that hasn't been touched for 30 years, which sounds not similar but is. And I didn't have my video camera open following it, but you'd be really scared to go into the next room and find dishes and dinnerware set up that was left 28 years ago and never touched after that. And there's a fucking scary, weird thing that now with TikTok, you can fucking record it and upload it perfectly. Almost the emotions, the feeling, the fear, all that stuff. Whereas back then I could take pictures of it with a freaking camera phone, but it's not the same.
Your video camera?
No, not at all. Yeah, you're carrying a camcorder. And now with TikTok, it's even quicker. So you're really able to live discovering an unknown.
There's an aspect to this that I looked at pictures from 10 years ago and I was like, oh God. And I realized that at a certain point, cameras then changed so that they actually could capture the world like it is. You got retina displays.
You're saying that, but in 10 years, they're going to do even more.
And they're going to oh God.
You're going to be damn, it's I'm fucking there. That's nuts.
But, yeah, now that you can, record with your cell phone and walk through wherever haunted building, it makes it so that there's a medium there for everybody. And there's naturally 90% of the garbage out there is useless. But then there's the one or two stories that are either they're really well crafted or they're genuine or there's some piece of it that oh my God, I tried to confit a steak the other day because I saw it on TikTok. Confiting a steak is putting it in oil and cooking it to a certain temperature, and then you pull it out and you pan fry it afterwards to make it crispy. And it wasn't that great, but I could see if you had a really good steak, you could probably cook it like that, and it would still taste pretty damn good.
Interesting.
But that's what TikTok does, is that it gives you a little window into somebody doing something crazy or just interesting.
And it's bite-sized enough where if you didn't enjoy it, you can go to the next one.
Skip. Yeah. You immediately say, I don't care. Skip.
The downside, and I will say this because maybe you weren't going to bring it up, maybe you were, is that you don't, what is this called? Survivorship bias. You don't remember the times you saw a not interesting one and skipped it, went to the next. You'll only remember the ones where you're damn, that was kind of cool. It was only 30 seconds. I got to share this with someone. And you'll share it, and then you're this is a perfect medium. You won't remember 30 times you clicked left or skipped because 30 times 30 seconds is only it's 10, 15 minutes at work. You were pooping. You know what I mean? You didn't really, it wasn't a big deal. But it also isn't a great percentage necessarily. I'm not saying it is or isn't. I'm just saying you wouldn't remember.
Yeah, there's also there's an effect of it that I probably looked at 100 or 200 before I send you one or two. And then the algorithm that TikTok uses, there's something with it that it knows. It starts to figure out how long you watch certain videos for, and then that tabulates into some category, and then your categories add up, and it starts feeding you not only that category but the ones that are in that same kind of vein.
You sent me the one that was a horror spin-off of probably the lady finding the stuff behind her mirror was someone who made a fictional one, correct? We're going to assume that's fictional. Jesus Christ. I hope it's fictional.
I hope so. So that really intrigued me because that's the sort of stuff that I really like, and it's weird that
I don't like that.
2 days, you don't like that. 2 days ago,
I was alone in my room in the dark. My son was putting me in jail, and I was let me see what Dan sent me. And I literally opened your video, and it was this lady, and I was I think this is the one where the lady finds the stuff behind her mirror, and it was I think I'm hearing voices over here, and it was her with the glass, and I was okay, where's the joke coming? Dan better be telling me a good joke here.
Nope.
And then there was weird voices, and then she opened her ventilation shaft, and it was her listening up, and there's these voices having this conversation, a faraway TV conversation, and then her next clip was, this is what I found in my room later that night. Don't be eavesdropping. Written in crochet on her pillows, which takes a long time to do. You can't just crochet in 5 seconds. So that's even scarier. Someone had that pre-crocheted or insta-crocheted on her pillows, and they knew she was listening. And I was literally oh, fuck. no,
This is
no.
the
And I was alone in my room, and my son was like, "You gonna come out and play, Dada?" And I was like, "I don't want to play nothing, dude."
that's awesome. I wish
Yeah,
this would
it was bad timing.
that makes me want to do it, like, because I think I could craft a story. So like the ones that stand out are the ones that are well crafted, that you don't really buy into it. I saw this and it frustrated me to no end. There was a woman making quesadillas using like some authentic recipe, and then she like dipped it in the sauce, and then she fried it back on the pan, and I was like, it looks so good. I'm like, this looks so genuine. And then she takes out the quesadilla and she goes, "Now I dry it on my Bounty paper towels." I'm like, no. And then she just has these like Bounty paper towels behind her and like a row, and I'm just like, God damn it. Product placement, TikTok.
Gotcha.
It's happening. Like, this is the way advertising is going.
Mm-hmm.
Bastards.
Can't blame advertisers either, but
No.
also we can.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that if I had created a narrative that wasn't product placement, or maybe it could be product placement. Maybe it's a horror story that's like, oh no, he's coming after me, and I use my DeWalt screwdriver to get like to stab him in the eye, and like
I talked with my other friend about this, my other Dan friend about this. What about advertisements? Like, no publicity is bad publicity. What if we gave bad pub to certain items and certain brands and we had millions of followers until they paid us to stop? Is that called extortion?
and then
Like,
permanently pay us forever.
Yeah. Well, just like, what if it was? And we're like, oh yeah, the one thing you don't want to use if you're being assaulted, women, Bounty paper towels. And then we did like a scenario where
Throwing
someone's getting
paper
raped
towels at them.
and Bounty won't stop them. Like, every other paper towel was great, but Bounty? Let me tell you guys,
Our test
I
scores are
wouldn't buy
really
Bounty
low.
if I loved my daughters or my wife. I would never buy Bounty. And just like anti-ads, like, oh, you guys don't use Tide Pods? Hitler did. Like, you know what I mean? Just like being like over the top, just bad stuff about a company until they paid you to stop. Here's $400. Just please stop talking about our product.
I think we could actually do this and actually make money on it. And also it'd be super creative and interesting.
We'd have to be popular first.
I don't think you have to.
We could
I don't think you have to with TikTok. I think it's just like
anti-ads. Just do anti-ads.
Yeah.
I'd need to make at least $6,000 a year in bonus.
That's
money,
what we're going to do after you bartend. And
I am going to get in so much trouble for bartending.
I can't wait for it. It's going to be fantastic for both.
I'm going to be so good at it. I'll do it with
you.
my shirt off. Who the hell cares?
Powdered toast, man. These rubber nibbles.
Just bending over to fart before I take off.
And serve a drink.
Oof.
And then go to the donation spot for plasma.
All right, so to wrap this episode up, because I was very quiet, like, there's a lot of people who might be like me. Maybe you got a family. Maybe you're a man. You like suffering. You like being quiet and just being like, I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. And then eventually you have like $400 million.
You can't deal with it.
Show me the one.
It's going out of. There's no way you're going to get there.
I mean, actually, I beg to differ. I think I could add another $100,000.
Look at that frickin' curve, man. You're screwed.
What if I just didn't pay it?
Bankruptcy.
Yeah, but then what?
I'm sure that's bad. I need to look into it for you.
I wonder if more and more people just do it for the hell of it, and then it's like everyone's doing it at this point. And then I'm like, yeah, I still have a credit card. I didn't help
do it. TikToks about bankruptcy.
I'm just saying.
Get
and then
going.
What about this? What if I still had a credit card? So check this. My girlfriend did a credit refinancing thing. No, she had to get rid of all her credit cards, all her this.
Consolidation.
And yes. She kept one on the side, never told the company. They never found out. What the fuck is that? Now, she didn't rack up ridiculous debt. She's used it for like odds and ends and whatever like that. But I was like, yeah, that's a good way to build credit and not tell the company.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, your credit comes from paying off bills continuously.
Correct.
Regardless of whether you're going in the hole or not.
Correct.
Covered in blood. Deep in red.
Anyway, if you are Citibank or anyone related and you're watching this podcast, I actually haven't received any of your letters or a voicemail from you because my voicemail's messed up. So if you wanted to communicate with me directly, we can take away any late fees you guys saw. I'll talk to you guys about figuring out a plan.
Call me on the
I've
podcast.
done some math. I think 12% is a better APR for me. So if you could do that, we'll set up a plan.
I need to figure that
Otherwise,
You're fucked.
we're putting this on pause.
Fuck, dude.
Okay.
Well, we like you.
We like you, folks.
Get out of debt.
If you want to donate to my credit card company, I will let you know who they are. No, don't. Actually, don't pay them. Don't pay them anything.
Pay, even if it's on Panderers, like, that goes to Nick.
Joint work.
I feel so sorry for him right now.
Look at him. He better, dude. Can you imagine if you're like, we're going to split this equally?
Yeah,
episode.
I'll put it in my spreadsheet, I'll tabulate it, and then 10 years down the line, I'll be like, hey, Nick,
Say,
you owe me some drinks.
And I'll be like, Dan, I'm still bartending. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
At Woody's. Anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning out. I hope you can add your stories of success in beating back debt and the American horror story. So thanks for tuning in. Check out our socials. Do all the shit we tell you to do. And keep listening, because this episode might release tonight. I don't know. I'm hoping. Let's see.
Good night.